This is our channel, and today we are exploring the chilling curse that struck down anyone who disturbed the resting place of the Egyptian pharaohs. But before we begin, remember to hit that subscribe button and join our growing community. Also, turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. Now let's dive into the world of ancient curses and discover the terrifying truth behind the curse of the pharaohs. The air in the chamber was thick with anticipation as Lord Carnarvon watched his friend Howard Carter unseal the entrance to the tomb. After years of fruitless searching, the two men stood on the brink of discovering one of the greatest archaeological finds of all time, the final resting place of the legendary King Tutankhamun. But as they descended into the darkness, they were unknowingly stepping into a nightmare that would claim lives and shatter reputations. It started subtly, a small cut here, a sudden illness there, but soon the body count began to rise and the skeptics started to whisper. The curse of the pharaohs was striking again. But what exactly was this curse, and why did it seem to be targeting those involved in the discovery of Tutankhamun's tomb? Let's take a closer look at this terrifying tale and separate the myths from the reality. The year was 1922, and the place was Egypt. Lord Carnarvon and Howard Carter had been searching for the tomb of King Tutankhamun for years, without any success. But when Carter finally discovered the entrance to the tomb, Carnarvon decided to fund the excavation himself. This marked the beginning of their nightmare. As they descended into the dark and narrow passageways of the tomb, they were greeted by a sight that was both fascinating and eerie. Carter brushed away the dirt to reveal a series of hieroglyphics that warned any intruders of the wrath of the pharaoh. It was as if the tomb itself was warning them of the danger that lay ahead. But the warnings went unheard, and the team continued their exploration, uncovering treasures that had remained hidden for thousands of years. As they ventured deeper into the tomb, the atmosphere grew colder and more oppressive. Then suddenly, disaster struck. Lord Carnarvon was taking a nap in his tent when he was awakened by a piercing mosquito bite, seemingly an ordinary occurrence, right? Well, it soon became apparent that this was no ordinary bite. The wound began to fester, and soon it was clear that it had become infected. Despite the best efforts of the medical team, Carnarvon's condition worsened and he succumbed to the infection just a few short weeks later. His untimely demise was a shock to everyone, especially since he had seemed to be in good health just days before. But the tragedy didn't end there. Soon other members of the team began to fall ill as well. Some suffered from minor ailments, while others experienced more serious symptoms. It was as if the tomb was exhaling its misery onto those who dared to disturb it. Among them was Howard Carter himself, who had discovered the tomb but had seemingly escaped the worst of the curse. However, as time passed, Carter too began to experience symptoms that would eventually lead to his death. While some believed that these deaths could be attributed to natural causes or even coincidence, others were convinced that there was something sinister at play. They pointed to the ancient Egyptian belief in the curse of the pharaohs, which held that anyone who disturbed the pharaoh's eternal rest would be doomed to an untimely demise. According to this belief, the pharaohs were so powerful, even in death, that they could exact revenge on those who dared to disturb them. This was often depicted in movies where the explorers who find the tomb of a pharaoh unleash a curse that brings about their own destruction. But is there any truth to these claims? Well, it's hard to say for sure. What we do know is that there were indeed a number of deaths and mishaps that occurred around the discovery of King Tutankhamun's tomb. In addition to those already mentioned, there were also several cases of sudden and unexplained illness, as well as accidents that resulted in serious injury or death. One such case was that of Sir Bruce Ingram, who was the Director General of Antiquities at the time of the discovery. Just months after the tomb was opened, Ingram was diagnosed with a rare and aggressive form of cancer and died within a year. There was also the case of Arthur C. Mace, who was a member of the team that discovered the tomb. He suffered from a series of mysterious ailments, including a debilitating heart condition, and ultimately died aboard a ship bound for Egypt. And then there was the story of George J. Gould, an American millionaire who was fascinated by Egyptian artifacts. He purchased several items from the tomb of King Tutankhamun, including a sarcophagus and a death mask. Shortly after bringing the artifacts to his home, he fell ill and died under mysterious circumstances. These are just a few of the many stories that have been linked to the curse of the Pharaohs, and it's important to note that not everyone who interacted with King Tutankhamun's tomb met an untimely end. Many people, including archaeologists and museum curators, have handled artifacts from the tomb without any apparent ill effects. So, what was it about this particular tomb that led to the deaths and illnesses of some of those involved in its discovery? One theory is that the tomb contained a toxic fungus that caused the illness and death of those who came into contact with it. Another theory is that the curse was nothing more than a product of the imagination, fueled by the sensationalism of the media and the public's fascination with all things spooky. Whatever the true cause of these deaths and illnesses may have been, the legend of the curse of the Pharaohs has lived on for decades. It serves as a reminder of the dangers of greed and the importance of respecting the dead. It also makes for a great story that continues to capture the public's imagination. But as we come to the end of this video, we're left with more questions than answers. Was there really a curse? If so, why did it affect some people and not others? Or was it all just a tragic coincidence? Unfortunately, we may never know for sure. What do you think? Do you believe in the curse of the Pharaohs? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed watching it. We would also like to take a moment to thank all of our viewers for your support. If you enjoy our videos, consider becoming a patron. Your support helps us continue to produce high-quality content that we hope you enjoy. We also encourage you to share our videos with your friends and family. If you found this video interesting, informative, or entertaining, please click the like button and share it with others who might appreciate it as well. Thanks for watching. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the world around you. Who knows what mysteries you might uncover? Next, take a look at this video and get even more informed. Don't forget to hit the bell icon so you'll be notified when we post new videos.